Hey guys, I'm Mel and this is the book Courtship tag. This tag was originally created by I Love Books and I will put her link on the description. The first phase is Initial Attraction, a book that you bought because of the cover. This is a book that I would have bought anyway, but when I saw this cover I just knew that I had to get it, and it's Animal Farm by George Orwell. And this cover just is absolutely beautiful, and I think it represents a lot of the core of the book, and I really want to get the 1984 book with this kind of the same cover. So yeah, it's super beautiful and I had to get it because of this cover in particular. First impressions, a book that you got because of the summary. For this one I will pick a book that I didn't know much about. I heard a little bit about it, but I didn't really know what it was about until I read the summary, and it's Delirium by Lauren Oliver. And the first line of the summary just completely hooked me to read the book, and it's, they say the cure for love will make me happy and safe forever. And I've always believed them until now. So for me to know that in this dystopian world, love was a disease, I was really interested in it, and I really wanted to know what it was about. I really wanted to know what it was different about the main character, because as I think about dystopians, you always read the story of the person who is different from the norm, so I really wanted to know what it was about. Sweet Talk, a book with great writing. There are a lot of books with great writing, but for me, Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte, it's a book that the story and the plot can get a little bit dense and the characters are sometimes really stupid, but the writing is so beautiful that it makes everything completely worth it, and the writing is the main reason why I love this book so much, why I fell in love with this book, and why it's one of my favorite books of all time. Late Night Phone Calls, a book that kept you up all night. For me, this is a book that I read very recently, like 2 days ago. That is Losing Hope by Colleen Hoover. The thing is that I really didn't want to read this book because it's a second book apart from Hopeless. The thing is that this is not a second book, it's the same story told by another perspective of another character. I really didn't think that I wanted to read another perspective of the same story, but I just picked it up because I wanted to stay on that world for a little bit longer. So I picked it up and I was completely hooked. I couldn't stop reading, and I think I finished the book in like 5 or 6 hours. Couldn't stop reading, it was so beautiful. Colleen Hoover's books are one of the books that always keeps me reading the entire night, and I have to finish the book as soon as I start it. Always on My Mind, a book that you could not stop thinking about, and for me that is the Shadow Me series. When I read it, I just couldn't stop thinking about it all the time. When I read the first book, I was really curious on what would happen in the next books, and I was really interested, and then as I was reading, I just couldn't stop thinking about it. So, and until now, sometimes I just think about, that amazing world, and those characters are so good. I always come back to it. Getting Physical, a book which you love the way it feels. I don't really have a lot of books with different texture. My copy of Wuthering Heights is my Spanish copy. It feels really good because it's leather bound, and I think it's one of the prettiest books that I have. I could stroke this book forever. Meeting the Parents, a book which you would recommend to your family and friends. A book that I always recommend to everybody that asks me for book recommendations, that they don't really read a lot, or I don't really know what they want to read. The Falling North Stars by Sean Green. Of course, it's a brilliant book, and I made a lot of my friends read it. Everybody really likes it. It's really easy to read and it's really quick, but it also is really deep, and it gives you all the feelings. You get really into the story really fast. Thinking about the future, a book or series you will reread many times in the future. A book that I know I will always reread every time that I will have the opportunity or the time to reread it, I will do it, is Harry Potter by J.K. Rowling, of course. It's a book that I've reread a lot of times already. I could reread it all the time. because every time that I read it I find something new. You know, in different stages of your life things mean different things, you get attached to different things of the story. A masterpiece. Share the love. Who do you tag? I tag anybody that wants to do this tag. So yeah, that was everything for today. Hope you liked it. If you did, subscribe, and I will see you when I see you. Bye!